All right. So in this video, I'm going to talk about why sales is 90% mindset, right? And I think this is one of the most important videos inside the program because once you overcome this, you almost are on your way to making your 10K months or your income goal, basically, right? But if you're not able to overcome this particular problem, then it will take some time. So, with that being said, what you see in front of you. So basically, I want to explain this concept with an example, right, rather than a boring way. So, what we see in front of you is a snapshot of Nims Purja, who is mountaineering, right? This is an example that I took from the movie 14 Peaks on Netflix. And you can watch that movie. It's about how Nims Purja, and it's a documentary film. It happened in the real world, right? So how Nims Purja, this guy, right? Uh, how he decides first to do the impossible, right? Never been done before. He decides to complete you know uh, like you know climbing all 14 highest mountains of the world. Mount Everest, K2, Kanchenjunga, and all these different mountains, right? The last record that was held by I think someone from the US or someone from Europe was 6 years or 8 or 7 years, I guess. So he took 7 years to complete, like climbing all the mountains, right? Climbing at the top. But Nims Porja decides that he wants to do it in 6 months, and everybody were questioning him: Is this even possible? Because it's never been done before, and they were doubting him. He didn't even have any like a huge budget to come kind of go through all these things, because obviously it takes money for the gear, for the camping, and all that stuff. So but we decides to do it anyway. And you obviously should watch that movie, and you really get inspired. But what I want to help you understand is that the first thing he overcome was his mindset. After then, he obviously had skills. He practiced for so many years, almost 20 years of his life he practiced. But the first thing that he overcome was his mindset beliefs, right? If he did not believe in himself that he can do it in 6 months, then for sure he wouldn't have even gotten started in the first place, right? And with that with that unquestionable belief, or with that self confidence, with that fearless attitude, he decides to do it. And that's what it's going to first take for you as well, to close your first client, especially if you're just starting out. Obviously, if you're an experienced person, if you're a pro, then maybe this video uh, may not be that much important to you. However, if you still have one of these four limiting beliefs, then maybe you'll take something out from this video as well. But for those of you who are just starting out, trust me, majority of majority of where you're stuck right now is because of these limiting beliefs, and I'll try to quickly cover that as well. So the four limiting beliefs that will help you, and like if you overcome them, you will make sure that it will help you get more confident, and you will close your first client or your first high ticket deal as soon as possible. This is how I got started as well. I was very afraid of speaking to people, of going on calls with them. The first time I remember, when I called my friends and relatives, when I back in 2010, when I started my network marketing business, I was so afraid, and I was feeling so ashamed and embarrassed that what will they think of me, what will they say about me. And I wasn't even able to talk properly, and a lot of those people even in fact laughed at me. But I overcome all those things. Once I overcome the fear, right, and it goes away. Trust me, it goes away. You just have to do it enough, and it will go away, and then you get out of that shell and you become confident. But if you're feeling nervous, then all you need to do is just like go on your first call and just overcome your fear, because once you overcome that, you'll no longer have fear, right? So that's what it's going to take. That's it. It's very simple. The good thing is that you don't have to speak with your friends and family the way I did. You just have to speak with a random person. What's the worst thing that can happen? He will laugh at you, he will judge you, right? But trust me, it doesn't happen. It hasn't happened with me. Nobody does this in the real world. Nobody laughs. The worst thing that will happen to you is he'll not work with you. That's the only thing. He's not going to, like, you're not going to die, right? So with that being said, the four limiting beliefs, if you have any of these, maybe this video will help you. If you don't know that you have these limiting beliefs, again, it will help you. But if you have overcome this, if you are like a closer, seven figure closer, then maybe, you don't even need this video. But that being said, the first limiting belief that you need to overcome is this particular I can't sell belief, right? When I started, again, sales is something that we are not taught in school. Trust me, we are being taught like very random stuff. We're not going into deep in that, but we're not taught sales. The point is this: we're not taught sales. We don't know what sales is. We don't know the importance of sales, and we don't even know that we are selling all the time, right? We think that people who are engineers, they feel that they're not into sales. People who are doctors, they feel that they're not into sales, or they're not selling, or people who are accountants, or people, even if you're unemployed, you feel that you're not into sales. But trust me, everybody's into sales, right? Everything in life is sales. This is something that I learned from Robert Kiyosaki and Grant Cardone. He's they are, I think, one of the best sales people on the planet, uh, or sales trainers, I would say. So consider an example. If you're going for a job, then you still have to sell yourself for the like in the interview, right? There are hundreds of candidates, but if you sell yourself properly, if you sell why you are better than them, why they should hire you, then you'll get selected and then you'll get paid, right? So you actually sold yourself, right? When you speak with your family to let's say get some kind of a funding, or you speak with the bank for a funding, you are selling why you should be trusted, why your idea is good, why you deserve that money. And sales in is in every small things as well. You are arguing, or you're having a conversation with your wife or your husband, and you tell them that let's go to this movie, and they tell you that no, let's not go to a movie, and let's go to rather have a nice dinner. So you have a small argument, a healthy argument, obviously, and then you eventually win the argument, or maybe you lose. But if you win the argument, that means you sold your idea to your wife or your husband, and if you lose, then they sold their idea to you. So that's how it works. Everything in life is sales. Either you win, and it's not that you always have to win. I'm not telling you to always win, but always have a win-win scenario, right? Like, if you have put across your point, and if they have put across their point, try to have a solution. That's where you're an expert, right? Try to have a solution where logically you are thinking about what they want, and you're accepting that fact. But you also know what you want, and you are also not compromising on those things. And then you figure out the perfect solution, and then you eventually sell the whole situation. So that's how sales is in life. It's not always like you have to win. I mean, you are not a stubborn salesman, right? You are a smart, uh, intelligent salesperson. You're going to talk to your clients, understand their problems, know what you have to offer, and then solve the problem. So that's how sales is. It's not something that have to go behind people, chase them, call them back to back. That's not sales, right? Maybe you had a bad experience, or maybe sales of that based on the cold calls that you get, or cold messages that you get from banks and all, from all these other companies, right? That's not, obviously that is also sales, but that's not what we are doing. What we are doing is we are going to reach out to people who are actually interested to work with us, right? So that's number one limiting belief. Number two is, but I don't have any experience yet. Right now, a lot of you, again, who are starting out, will face this objection. And I remember even I faced this objection as well. Right now, the fastest way to overcome this objection is, obviously, that you can sell to the worst thing that you can sell, or the last backup that you can sell, is sell something for free, right? Because everybody can hire you for free. So yeah, even if you are okay to work for the first one or two clients for free, or maybe like a 10-day free trial or a 14-day free trial, just reduce the objections that you will face in the meeting for the client, so that you don't have to sell anything. You just let them know that I'll work for free. There's no selling required, actually, right? And if the client is happy, or most clients will be happy to give you at least one chance, then you sold your idea. Yes, obviously it's not going to get paid, but at least you got something on your account. And after that first project, you can start charging a bit more, right? Maybe you will start with a 300 or $400 project, and then you can work on that project, and then increase your price from 400 to 500 or 600. Slowly you'll increase to 1000, 2000, $3000, right? But you can't hold yourself back with this point throughout your whole life, right? That I don't have any experience, I don't have any experience. It's okay, people hire it. Like, people are always looking out, especially companies these days, especially after COVID. People are like, businesses are always looking out for people to give them opportunity, because it helps them save their costs, right? Remember, the businesses are saving costs by hiring you for free, or hiring you for a very less amount or small amount. So it's also that they are also getting benefited. So think from that perspective. It's not that only you are working for free, even they are getting benefited. You get experience, they get benefited in terms of their money, and you both come into a win-win agreement. And eventually you also can start charging. So that's how you have to look at it. Doesn't matter if you have zero experience, there are always businesses who are there waiting for you to let them know that you're happy to work with them for free, if that's something that you want to do. But trust me, if you want to charge them, you can do that as well, right? Let them know that you're a beginner, but you would like to be compensated for your time, and these are your charges. Maybe you can keep something minimum or whatever. But if you're really sure that the product or the service that you have, if you're going to charge for that, then go for it. Completely possible to sell something for the first time by even charging it. The next objection is, my offer is not great yet. Right now, a lot of you feel that whatever you've created so far, it's not yet high ticketed, or it's not yet something that anyone will pay you 1000, 2000, $3000, or even $500, right? That's completely okay. Again, you just have to get started. Creating a very premium offer is not something that you do overnight. It takes months and years of practical experience, because you're actually working with your clients on a real time basis, understanding their problems, and only then you're able to craft your offer, tailor your offer in such a way that your offer is now able to solve all their problems. But it takes time, right? So while you're going to wait to increase the price of your high ticket offer, you also need to realize that the client is not just buying your offer, they're also buying you, right? So when I say they're buying you, you also need to understand that they want to connect with you as a person as well, right? you it's not the offer that is the only thing that they're interested in. They also want to know whether you are a good person to work with. They Whether you are easy, or even if not easy, at least you are easy, like understanding or supportive, or you are there for them, and you are trustworthy. So all these things are very important. Communication, very important part. You're keeping them informed, and you're giving them information, keeping them updated on what's going on. All these things are very important in business. And if you can talk to them in a way where they get that vibe, get that feeling from you, that you are genuine person, you are always here for them. And you obviously have your own working style, and you respect your own work as well, and you respect clients work as well. You're punctual. All these things are important in terms of business. And in fact, they are most important in terms of business. And if you have those things in check, then the client will choose you, even if your offer is a bit more expensive, or even if your offer may have less features than the competitor that he's also comparing, or considering. But make sure that you maintain that relationship with that person, so that he chooses you despite your offer not being the world's best offer, right? It happens. Trust me, in sales there are all variables. Everything happens. Doesn't matter what your offer is and all those things. If you want to do it, again the mindset, if you want to do it, you can do it. Doesn't matter, right? You can close a Fortune 500 company as well, and you can get rejected by a 16-year-old person as well, right? Everything is possible. This has happened with me from real world experience. Obviously, I've not worked with a Fortune 500 company. I've worked with very good clients, but I have got rejected, by the way, by a 16-year-old person who didn't feel that I was right. My program was the right fit for him. So all these things are possible. uh, the next and the last part is, I'll first start low ticket, right? Again, if you feel that, why will someone pay me, my offer is not that great, and again all these things are connected. Just to let you know, right, it's going to take the same amount of time and effort to sell $100 service or a product as it takes to sell 1,000 or 10,000 100,000 or 1 million service or offer, right? Now you must be thinking, how is that possible? So let me tell you this: it is possible, and people are doing it, right? It's not that you have to work 500 hours to sell $1 million product, right? No, in fact, $1 million sales happen maybe in less than an hour or so, if your offer is so good, right? That's how people get funding, right? In terms of VC, like venture capitalist funding, right? People like investors invest millions and millions of dollars, and the businesses who pitch them the idea, they pitch them for maybe an hour of presentation, right? But in that hour they share all the data, all the facts. And Shark Tank India, as a TV show, or maybe Shark Tank US, or whatever, it's like a core example of this. Businesses pitch their idea, and the investors agree, listen, and once if they're sold, they invest the money. It is possible, same amount of time and effort, right? It was a 1 hour meeting, the same thing that you will do, right? But they got so much funding, you'll maybe close 100 or a $500 deal. But why not push for more? Why not go for it? Why not charge $1,000 for your offer? It's okay if the client refuses, then maybe you can downsell them another service, or maybe let them know their preference budget, and if it's possible for you, then maybe you can reduce it, but start with a high number. And then maybe reduce it if you feel it's worth reducing. Although at here you can also be a bit stubborn and let them know that this is your offer and you can't really reduce much. But maybe you can give them some payment plans or extend the service, create variations around the price, but try not to reduce it a lot, because it will just reduce the value of your offer as well, right? So if you're first quoting $1,000 and then you give them $500 off, then it will look like you actually like overpriced them in the first place. But maybe if you want to reduce, give them $100 discount, or maybe 150 or a $200 discount, then it will look like, okay, you actually give them some additional discount, but don't reduce it so much. And go for it, charge $1,000, and if they can't afford it, then ask them what is their budget and propose a new solution. Okay, if $500 is a budget, then maybe we can work on something else. This is what we'll do. But you'll have to be smart about how you communicate with your client. So uh, with that being said, I hope you get the idea of what this video is about. This video is just meant for me to help you change your mindset about sales. Don't like undervalue yourself. Be confident on call. And obviously the next video is also going to help you. Mindset is good, but what about the strategies, right? How do I actually close a client? I know that's one of the most important things that you're going to learn in the next video. But this video is equally important, because despite knowing the tactics that I'll share in the next video, you still may not be able to close a client because you're not mentally ready. So if you're positive, if you feel confident inside that yes, I can close a client, that's when sale will happen to you. And even if you don't apply the strategies that I teach in the next video, you can still close a deal. But without this part, without the mindset not being ready, and without you not being willing to step out of your comfort zone, go on sales calls, face rejections and overcome that rejections, right? Again, one of the most important part is overcome rejections, right? And maybe I can add that as like a fifth point over here, right? Overcoming rejections. So I know that there are going to be times when you, in fact, and at the start, six or seven of the calls that you take, sorry, of the 10 calls that you take, six or seven clients will say no to you, and two or three will say yes to you, right? That's how it will be, and they will reject you, and you will feel demotivated, right? So just know that they haven't rejected you personally. You don't have to feel offended or take bad or feel low for that point. It's very easier said than done. Everybody goes through this emotion. Even I go through it. Everybody goes through it, right? Even Grant Cardone, if he gets rejected. But just move, try to stay away from work, slow down, take deep breaths, go out for a run, let go of the stress and come back, right? It's overcoming rejections is like, like taking on a fighter personality, right? When you fight with someone, you get hit, you get like they throw some punches at you, you bleed, and then you maybe fall, and you get hurt and all that. But you still fight back, right? You get up, you still try to hit as much as you can. So if you see MMA guys or boxers, they get hit so much, but they keep fighting, they keep fighting. So try to have that personality, try to have that identity in you. Despite the number of rejections, keep progressing. That's the only way you'll get stronger and smarter. In fact, rejections will teach you more than success or signing up a client to a level ever will, right? Because rejections will help you analyze why you got rejected in the first place, right? So try to think why the client said no. Was it the offer? Was it the price? Was it you? Did you say something that was inappropriate? Or it's completely external, not in your control, right? So many situations not in your control. It will happen, but not today. It will happen, but maybe after 1 month or 15 days. Just let it go, right? Just don't push so much to break the relationship. Just let it go. It's okay. The deal didn't happen, it didn't happen. It wasn't meant to be. Just move on and move on to the next person. So I just keep a note, keep fighting, so that you can kind of get an insight on what you need to do. And yeah, that's about it. I hope this particular video help you overcome these five limiting beliefs, and not four. And this is something that which will happen to you throughout your entrepreneur journey, but you need to, and over time it will get easier, right? Over time you'll close 7 out of 10 deals, but at the start it will be 2 out of 10 deals. So it's okay. Have a strong positive mindset, and I'm sure you'll do it. All right. So with that being said, I'll see you in the next video.